Next, the second part of this LOS will be focusing on the return objective. So we'll be trying to understand what is a return objective. So similar to the risk objective, we also have return objective can be absolute. Return objective can be relative. Okay, if return objective is absolute, what I say is, okay, I am specifying a return objective. Okay, my portfolio should have a return of 10%. Okay, or you can specify my portfolio should have a return greater than 10%. This is your return objective. Okay, you can also specify relative return objective. You can specify that I want a return more than Nifty, or I want a return certain percentage more than the benchmark. So this is one more objective that you can specify. So return objective, absolute, relative. However, these return objectives which people talk, okay, is mostly before the taxes, before the fees. Okay, so some people can specify these return objectives pre-tax, that is before the tax. Okay, some people are interested in only seeing how much money they are getting after tax. So it is not good that you are specifying a return objective of 10% pre after tax, and you are getting 10% pre-tax, because you have to pay tax on that. So after paying tax you may get only 7% or 8%. So you have to think as to how much you are getting after tax. So many of your client will say that we want after tax return objective of this much. Okay, now typically this investment management companies, they charge some fees to the client, right? The fees can be from like 1% to 5% or whatever, like depending on the type of product. Let's say it can be from 1% to 5%. Now what the client will say is, okay, so you are giving me a return of 10%, but it is before fee, before taxes. Okay, give me certain return. I want a return 7% after the fee. Okay, I want a return 10% after the fee. Note that you should return 10% after the fee. So that is what you are specifying. So you specify after fee return. There are some clients which specify after fee, after tax return. Okay, so there can be clients. Okay, now some clients have subjective return objective. Remember I said that some client can say that I want to get my daughter married, ensure that after 15 years I have sufficient amount of money so that my daughter will get married, right? So here you will have to compute as to how much the cost of marriage will be after 15 years. You will have to see how much the person is depositing money today, and you have to find out what is the return that you will be calculating. Note that all of these calculations are not a part of level 1. We will be seeing this in your level 3 curriculum. Okay, but you can have a written objective which is subjective in nature. Okay, so this is like, typically it is some, you will specify some achievement of a financial goal, buying a house, buying a car, going for a vacation. All of these are some goals that individuals will mention to you, and you have to ensure that you are meeting that goal. Does written objectives make sense to you? Okay, now what we say is that if you are specifying a return objective which is very high, and you are saying that my risk, so some people will say that I don't want to take a risk, I don't want to take a risk which is more than Nifty, or I want to take a risk which is half of Nifty, and that guy is saying that I want a return greater than Nifty. Will it be feasible? Okay, so it will not be feasible. So what you have is, okay, if a client says that a client implies that his risk profile is low, that means he doesn't want to take risk. Okay, and he specifies that his return objectives are very high. Okay, so what you can say to the client is, see, your risk profile and your return objective is not matching. You are one way, you are saying that you want to take risk which is much lower than Nifty, and another way you want to be return which is more than the Nifty. Such is not possible. So what we say is, low risk profile, it means that the return objective should also be low. Okay, so what we have to ensure that the return objective, whatever the client has specified, it should be comparable with the risk objective. So you cannot have low risk profile, low risk objective, high return objective. Okay, also you cannot have like a low return objective and high risk objective. Okay, both should be like commensurate, right? So it should be risk and return should be comparable. Okay, now what you can suggest to the client in case of such unrealistic expectation. You have to advise to the client. You have to ensure that the client agrees with you. Okay, because if the client is not agreeing, okay, if the client has this thinking that he can generate a lot of return with taking lower risk, that is not feasible in the market. Okay, so the better is that you advise him in the start. Okay, and because like if you advise him, if you say to him these things, okay, it will be better for you also. Okay, so one thing like earlier said that as per CAPM, yes, CAPM, what you are saying is like how much risk you are taking, systematic risk you are getting as per the return. So higher beta, higher return. Okay, so that is what we have, risk versus return, it should be comparable.